Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Sarina Beauty. My name is Simonil, and today I want to talk about something a little different. I want to talk about men empowerment. You know, I feel like we always talk about women and how they need empowered, or they need to be empowered, but I feel like even deeper than that, and we have always like neglected this issue. But I feel like men really need empowering, okay? Because in a way, like, society always makes them look like the bad guy, okay? But why is he the bad guy? Like, have we ever explored that as a society? We haven't. We've never even given men a chance to like it's almost like inhuman. Like, we treat them like some monsters, like, you know, sometimes. And see, I say that because the past like year, I have been surrounded by men, okay, in my life. Whether it was my dad, whether it was my brothers, my coworkers, like I have just been in very male-dominated environments for the past like year-ish, you know? So I have seen this a lot. Now, I worked as a car saleswoman and I really loved my job, okay? But I was the only girl in my team. So there was like all guys, like all of them, okay? And like sometimes like I would be the only girl in the entire dealership besides like, you know, like the receptionist. So I had a lot of interaction, you know? And the more I got to know like men in general, okay, I saw that like, okay, it is true, like men are similar. Like, you know, people say, oh, all men are the same. Okay, that's not true. Not all men are the same. But yes, they have similarities, just like women have similarities, you know? And I found like these men, and like not just my coworkers, but just like in general, like all these men that were in my life, like there were so many, you know? And and not romantic. Well, okay, yes, romantic too, but like dominantly it was just about, you know, understanding them. And I thought that these creatures, okay, were the most vulnerable people in the world. It's like they were not even allowed to like show their emotions. They're not allowed to express how they feel. They're always supposed to be in like this go mode, you know? And it's like if they feel like something's bothering them, you know what they do? They just ignore it. That's it. Like, because that's what they've been taught since they were little boys, you know? Like if they were crying, oh, don't cry, boys don't cry. And then when they're a little older, the girl breaks their heart and it's like, oh, like, yeah, man, whatever, like, yeah, I'm a man. You know, it's so toxic. And it's really because like I feel like a lot of times our society does not even give them the right to express themselves. And that is no wonder there's so many people that don't have dads. No wonder like the male like energy is like so wounded because it has never been allowed to express himself. And if it was to express itself, it's like, oh, you're being a woman, which is again very toxic like thinking, you know? And this is really something I would want you all to think about. Like, are there men in your lives that have overgiven? That's another thing I saw all these men doing. Like, they are so selfless. They do not think about themselves. They just want to provide for their family, however little it may be. Like, that's maybe all they can do. But it's like they don't think about themselves. They only think about like who they have to provide for, which is like, you know, their partners or their children or their families. And they come last. In the majority of these men that I was with, they came last for themselves. And these are not men that are perfect, like far from perfect, okay? Like they did all kinds of bad things, but I could not deny the fact that, wow, men are not that bad. They're really not. And in fact, a lot of like what I found was that these men were mostly like led by toxic femininity. Whether it was like a mom that neglected them or a partner that cheated on them or, you know, a spouse that was constantly nitpicking and just did not make them feel like they could even breathe, you know? And it was so frustrating to see. And what I hated even more were that these men continued to like be in these relationships because they just saw like there was no way out. And that's not true. Like, these are people that are being abused, but like in a different way, you know? Maybe not physically or like, but like mentally and emotionally, they're being drained, you know? And the other thing is that because men feel like such a responsibility to provide, if they're not capable of doing that, they feel so broken and dead inside. Like, let me tell you something. That man who's not there to be a father is not, he doesn't feel good about himself. He doesn't feel good that he's not there in his daughter or son's life. It's just that he's not even capable, and he knows that. So do you know how little that makes him feel? Like, we always talk about, oh yeah, he's not in my son's life, he's not in my daughter's life. But have you ever thought about why that is? Maybe because nobody even showed him how to love. Maybe because he didn't even know how to be a dad, because nobody was a dad to him. And this is what I'm talking about when I say male empowerment. Like, stop making them look like the bad guys, because they're not. Like, not all men are perfect, not all women are perfect, but it's like, cut them some slack, you know? Like, men, they go out, they fight wars, they come back wounded with all these issues, and it's like they suppress it, they don't talk about it, you know, because it's like a taboo. So it's like, yeah, no wonder we have all these issues with men, you know? No wonder so many men have broken our hearts, because their own hearts are broken. No wonder so many men cannot love us, because they don't even love themselves, you know? And I'm gonna end this with this video with this thought. Like, how do you expect a man to love you if he doesn't even love himself? If he's okay with like going hungry for 2-3 days, he's gonna be okay with you going hungry 2-3 days. If he's okay with someone insulting him or making fun of him or like putting him down, he's gonna be okay with someone doing that to you too, because that is his capacity to love. So my thing is that talk to the men in your life. Give them that space. Allow them to express their emotions. Encourage them to express their emotions and how they feel, because they need help. They really need help. And I feel like women are the only ones that can help them, you know? And women are the only ones that have ever been able to help them, because this is how it is. This is a complete like give and take of energies, you know, equal. Like, men are supposed to protect women. Women are supposed to like nurture men. And this is just how it is. This is like natural. And I'm not saying like, oh, I need protection. Like, no, but like, yeah, when I'm like out and I just want to like be carefree, I want to feel protected. I want to feel like, wow, there is someone there who's like, who has my back, you know? And then in the same way, like, maybe he does not want that protection from me, you know, but he wants that nurturing. That like, you know, that nurturing energy. Like, yeah, I'll take care of you. Like, sure, I can cook something for you. Why not? Like, why not? I like cooking, and it makes me feel good, you know, when I'm able to take care of you that way. But I feel like that is what we're lacking. Like, we get so like stuck in these little like, oh, I'm a woman, I'm not cooking, go make yourself a sandwich. Like, get over it. It's a sandwich. Make the sandwich, split it in half, eat it, enjoy it. You know, don't make a big issue out of it. Be there for each other, love each other, give space to each other to grow and like, you know, find themselves. And yeah, start this revolution with me. And I really want to know what you feel about, like, especially from the men. Like, no one's ever talked about this, so I really want to know. Do you feel empowered? Should we start a men empowerment revolution? Like, I think we should, you know? But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell me how you feel, and we will talk later. Zoop!